Hi, this video is here to help you with finding the volume of a three-dimensional shape by counting cubes. Before we get started, let's remind ourselves what volume is. Volume is a measure of three-dimensional space. We often use it to measure the space inside a three-dimensional shape. Volume can be measured in cubic units, such as cubic centimetres or cubic metres. We will use cubic centimetres to measure the volume of three-dimensional shapes in our examples. If a three-dimensional shape is presented in a way that shows a shape is divided into cubic units, we can work out the volume of the shape by counting cubes. In this cuboid, each cube is 1 cubic centimetre. There are 8 cubes in each layer and 2 equal layers. So the volume of the cuboid is 16 cubic centimetres. Sometimes the cubes within a three-dimensional shape are not so easy to count. When counting cubes, it is important that we include cubes that cannot easily be seen. For example, with this shape, we cannot see all of the cubes, but we can tell that they are there because of the other cubes sitting on top of them. If we were to separate the cubes, we can see that there are 24 cubes. If we cannot separate the cubes, then we need to be able to count what we can see, but also what we can't see. Even though we cannot see all of the cubes, we know that the bottom layer has been arranged as 5 cubes by 3 cubes, which is 15 cubes. We can count what is on the top layer, which is 9 cubes. So the total number of cubes would be 15 from the bottom layer, add 9 from the top layer, which equals 24 cubes. We would therefore say that this shape has a volume of 24 cubic centimetres. Take a look at these 3 shapes. Each cube is 1 cubic centimetre. Can you calculate the volume of each shape and then order them from the greatest volume to the smallest volume? Remember to count the cubes you can see and the cubes that you cannot see. Pause here and have a go, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Perfect, here are the answers. Shape A has a volume of 26 cubic centimetres. Shape B has a volume of 25 cubic centimetres. And shape C has a volume of 24 cubic centimetres. Therefore, shape A has the greatest volume, followed by shape B, and finally shape C has the smallest volume. Now, I think you're ready for a challenge. Let's take a look. Shen thinks that both of these shapes put together will have the same volume as Emily's cuboid. Is Shen correct? And can you prove it? Pause the video here and have a go at the question, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Well done, here's the answer. Each layer of Emily's cuboid has 4 rows of 3 cubes, so 12 cubes. There are 4 layers, so we multiply 12 by 4, which equals 48. So Emily's cuboid has a volume of 48 cubic centimetres. The first shape has a volume of 25 cubic centimetres. The second shape has a volume of 21 cubic centimetres. The total volume of both shapes is 46 cubic centimetres. So Shen is incorrect because Emily's cuboid has a volume of 48 cubic centimetres and the 2 shapes have a total volume of 46 cubic centimetres. I hope this video helped you understand how to find the volume of a three-dimensional shape by counting cubes. If you're looking for more maths help, then we've got lots more of these videos on the Twinkl website, so why not go and check them out? Hi, this video is here to help you to calculate the volume of a cuboid. Before we get started, let's remind ourselves about volume. Volume is a measure of three-dimensional space and is measured in cubic units, such as cubic millimetres, cubic centimetres, cubic metres or cubic kilometres. A cuboid is a three-dimensional figure with 6 rectangular faces. One way we can calculate the volume of a cuboid is to count the number of cubic units within the cuboid. If you'd like to find out more about calculating volume by counting cubes, you can check out our video on the Twinkle website. Sometimes cuboids are not presented in a way that shows a cuboid divided into cubic units. If this is the case, we can use a formula to calculate the volume of a cuboid. To calculate the volume of a cuboid, we can use the formula length multiplied by width multiplied by height. It is important that the units of length are all the same before we begin to calculate the volume. For example, if one length was in millimetres and the others were in centimetres, you would need to convert all the lengths to either millimetres or centimetres before you calculate the volume. Here we have a cuboid with dimensions of 6 centimetres, 4 centimetres and 7 centimetres. All of the units of measurement are the same, so we can calculate the volume. Remember, the volume of a cuboid can be calculated by multiplying the length by the width by the height. So for this cuboid, we would need to multiply 6 centimetres by 4 centimetres by 7 centimetres. 6 multiplied by 4 equals 24. 24 multiplied by 7 equals 168. We would say the volume of this cuboid is 168 cubic centimetres. Remember, because multiplication is commutative, it doesn't matter which order you multiply the three measurements together. For example, 7 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 6 still equals 168, even though we have multiplied the three measurements together in a different order. Now it's your turn. I'd like you to calculate the volume of these three cuboids by using the formula length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Don't forget to check that all the units of measurement are the same before you calculate the volume. Pause the screen here and complete the question. Press play again when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Well done, here are the answers. For this cuboid, all of the side lengths are measured in centimetres, so we can use a formula length multiplied by width multiplied by height. This gives us an answer of 120 cubic centimetres. This cuboid also has all the side lengths in centimetres, so we can use a formula again. 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 3 gives us 48 cubic centimetres. This cuboid has one side length in millimetres and the other two in centimetres. We need to convert the side lengths so they're all the same unit of length. We can convert 80 millimetres to centimetres by dividing 80 by 10. 80 millimetres equals 8 centimetres. If you'd like to learn more about converting units of measurement, you can check out our Convert Metric Measures video on the Twinkle website. Now we can use a formula to calculate the volume. 8 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 equals 80 cubic centimetres. Now, I think you're ready for a challenge. Jessica measures the sides of this cuboid in order to find the volume. She says all of the sides are odd numbers, and she calculated that the volume of the shape was 38 cubic centimetres. Ruby says that if all of the sides were odd numbers, then Jessica's answer cannot be correct. Do you agree with Ruby? And don't forget to explain your reasoning. Pause here and have a go at the question, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Well done, here's the answer. Ruby is correct. If all of Jessica's measurements were odd numbers, then the answer cannot be an even number. This is because an odd number multiplied by an odd number multiplied by an odd number equals an odd number. For example, 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 5 equals 105 cubic centimetres. I hope this helped you understand how to calculate the volume of a cuboid. If you're looking for more maths help, then we've got lots more of these videos on the Twinkl website, so why not go and check them out?